Hello and welcome to Heroes of History. This time we are focusing on Cyrus the Great, and he has a rather low number of hit points and, well, a good portion of defense and, well, a somewhat okay-ish attack. 247 base damage, 60 hits per minute, he's melee, he's fast, and, well, that's all things that are good for him. Now his ability is Achaemenid Edict, I think it's pronounced, and he has an initial charge of only 4 seconds and a regular charge of 8 seconds, which is actually okay for an area damager. Compared to, well, I was a bit sad about Ada Lovelace. Well, she turned up to be here in the top, so let's go up to her because, well, I didn't want to use her anymore here. Who has an initial charge of 9.6 seconds and 12 seconds regular charge. That's a very long time between charges, but on the other hand, this is a rather low damage. Because an explosion on the current target only deal 130% compared to 200 to all enemy units within a range of 1.5, which is also less, and yeah, there's no burn damage afterwards either, so it doesn't sound that good. It's also only level 6, so it's not that far from an ordinary level 2 hero. So, well, let's try it out in a battle. And let's do the usual suspects here. And no, not that province. Province 16. Province 1. Continue. Remove Edda and find Cyrus somewhere down here. Now let's go and see how they fare as a team. And you can see already there he gives some area damage, and, well, he gets full effect of it because, well, there's no one who has given area damage before that. Now the other two have first given their part, or fair share of it. Now there isn't much left, so he could have held that for the next round, but auto combat doesn't really allow that. So that meant I would have to do something manually. And, well, that's an improvement factor you can do if you want to do better than I do in this video. That actually is more here to see if Cyrus is anything worth it. Now the final battle where he should, well, either prove better than Ada Lovelace or not. Because I hope we are back to a 3-star win. But I can see he's in a bit of trouble, but luckily he gets some healing now, and I'm thinking we're home safe, and he can maybe... No, he didn't even make it to make a final blow. Now let's see the battle stats here, and Pythagoras won that one. And as we can see, he is by far, well, a close combat hero, because he took the damage, and more than anyone else combined. Now let's move on to the next battle. Battle number 4, continue. Let's methodically see how they fare in combat here. Again, he turns out rather fast, and with all those close combaters here, he well hits them all. And the rest here, they are actually there to, well, help him out, finishing off his enemies. And we're off to a pretty good start for the next round, because everyone is more or less fully healed. And here comes area damage in full. And all those people around, if they're not dying, he'll help them on the way. That's in a good amount of damage compared to the, well, very short range he has for area damage. I'm not sure he will become most valuable player, because, well, it's a kind of a lowball hit he makes compared to other area damages, and you can see how full Pythagoras gets. He really strives with someone to have his back. Now let's go to the next battle. battle number 5 here and continue with that. And just start the attack when we can. Again, everyone around him. This is how he gets the best of effects, but still, well, it's a rather low ball hit he makes. He isn't truly powerful in that manner, but as you can see, he does thrive and he doesn't tend to die. At some point we'll make it to Leonidas, and he's much more prone to dying in my experience when I use him for the Alliance treasure hunt. And well, that's a real drawback about him, which he doesn't have, but on the other hand, he doesn't do a lot of damage. He just holds the front line. But that also makes the other heroes excel, that you actually are able to hold the front line without people dying, because that's how you make the 3 stars, because you're not allowed to lose anyone if you want that 3 star. And here's an okay guarantee for that in the front line. He doesn't die too much. Now let's look at the battle stats here. I don't expect him to win any awards, but yeah. Again, he makes Pythagoras excel over 40,000 once more. And continue once again to the next battle. Oh, not that one. We need a 7 first. Let's just give it a go here and see if Cyrus can manage again to make the other ones look good. Because he's not really good at making himself look good, but so far he has really made Pythagoras look good. I don't think he has scored that high in damage, well, in any of the previous battles where I have used him to exemplify other heroes, well, or even himself. But he needs some healing now, but you can see here how Pythagoras' hit here really helps out here and takes away a lot of soldiers. And him having everyone gathering around him makes the area damage way better. And he needs some help right now. Good knife, and that's not gonna cut it unless really a lot of heroes, all those units die now. Because, well, he's close to dying. Oh, we make it just to save him. And I think that's the first time in a very long time this one is getting a 3 star. That's rather impressive. That's way better than most heroes have helped us to so far. Let's look at the battle stats. Oh, and Tribulate took this one. He's still a very strong hero, even though he only is a 2 star. Now let's look into the final battle here and see if they're doing great. That one still, because I think it might be the only time I've gotten only 3 stars from these battles when testing if I actually succeed. Now let's look into it, whether or not this is gonna cut it. And so far, it looks great. I took down all the enemies. Oh, that helps out a little more. And, well, Tribulate just smashed the rest here. That was a heavy aerial bombardment, I think. So, we need a lot of those to die to keep our other soldiers alive. Well, it took most of the archers out over here. So we'll soon be able to move over here. That seems a bit exaggerating, Cyrus. That group wanted that explosion right in the head. Oh, Amelia Tertia died. Well, it was close to 5 3 stars, but alas, it should not be. Let's look at the battle stats. Now let's look into it. It gets an average of only 20,000 damage as Cyrus the Great, which isn't great. Even Oslotl, it's Oslotl above this one, gain more damage than that, so that's not really expertly driven. AAA is rather low, but well, he isn't really making anyone look great. It's not his purpose really, and yet Pythagoras haven't really had that high an average, almost 40,000, which is out of the charts so far. So the protection he provides is really great, but and he also absorbed almost 1,000 more damage than Oslotl did up here. So compared to this, he is really a useful hero to attract damage and make the others excel, even though I don't think, well, AAA excelled that much, but it was more Pythagoras that shined through. So I think he's an okay hero, and especially if you use him for a distraction for the enemies, and with only one unit to really rely on. When you would think of how our healer is doing, well, he's a good card to bet on, because he does really take a lot. And it can't take away that I-30 took a lot of damage too in several of the battles, but that's a chart. If you don't have a close combat hero that can walk in front and protect these ranged units, so it can be a good idea to have two, so they can attract all the damage. But well, I haven't done it on these teams. I'll say thank you for watching this video.